The rural investment ecosystem really has two sides. One are the deals, the projects, the investments at the rural community level that are being identified and framed up to be investment ready. But the other side of it is having the right kind of capital in the rural community so that those investments can get done. The Capital Development Work Group is really focused on the provider side, the supply side, if you will. What's keeping more capital from coming into rural? What's keeping more providers, capital providers, whether it's a foundation, government, a bank, from investing in rural deals? And so if you combine what we're doing with what the product work group is doing, you get both parts of the system, both sides of the equation. And I think that's a much more effective way to approach the rural investment ecosystem. The biggest value I think that the working group brings is that all of the folks on the working group have some lived experience in rural places or working with rural communities. And we're all committed to bringing those stories to the forefront of the work that we're doing. So our theory of action is being guided by the experience that we've had with projects that have worked and been successful and why, and projects that haven't worked in rural communities and why those didn't work and what are those barriers. And because of that, I think we're creating a theory of action that's grounded in reality. It's not coming from a group of smart folks sitting in a room somewhere and thinking about what those barriers might be, but lifting up those stories and learning from them. And I think that's going to make us more effective in the long run. So before the community investment training, I was involved in an initiative in Central Appalachia that identified this framer capacity, this capacity in rural communities to go from an investment idea up to the place where it was actually investment ready and beginning to pull investment into that deal to make it happen. So I'm really thrilled that the Fed and the Invest Appalachia are working together to continue to fill that gap, but to do it not by bringing in outside experts or people from outside a community, but to identify formal and informal leaders and build their capacity, not just through the project that they may bring to the training, but to be able to build those skills and do project after project in their community. That's what I think is going to be successful in filling that gap across the 5th District, but more broadly across rural America.